And everywhere I turn today, I read about a peaceful protest. Everywhere I go. Cops keep lid on protest. A rally of nearly 6,000 pro-Palestinian supporters went off without incident. The Assistant Commissioner, Tony Cooke, said the flag-waving attendees were well behaved, no arrests were made. Well, I'll tell you, Tony, there's one that should have been made. There's one that should have been made. And let me play it for you, Tony, because maybe you haven't dealt with it previously, but this is the bloke that should have been arrested.
Liberate them. Liberate the Palestinians. We are dying. We are dying. I'm a Sri Lankan, but my heart is crying. My heart is crying. Allah Akbar. Get the Jews wiped out. How dare, what audacity, what temerity. They are going to say the Gaza.
No, that language is not acceptable.
Ah, then I don't care. As a Muslim, I have the right to say. I have the right to say. Muslims are dying. We Muslims are getting wiped out. What are the Americans are doing? What are the Arabs are doing? What are the Turkish are doing? What are the Kuwaitis and all the Muslims? They are wiped out. Thank God. Allah Akbar. Allah Akbar. Liberate Palestinians. Allah Akbar. Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar. God bless.
Thank you, man.
Finish, man.
Yeah, this is public place language. We don't want a confrontation and stuff. Do you have your right to say what you want to say?
That's right.
You understand it is an offence to swear in public, so just be careful with
Okay,
your
now I'm going home now. That's it. I work for the Air Force too.
Yeah,
I'm in Richmond and the Air Force. I fix planes.
Yeah, I'm not saying anything against you. I'm just saying...
We both are in the defense. We both are in the defense. We work for the defense.
Yeah, you're free to go, sir. You're free to go.
Okay, thank you very much.
You have a voice. Use your voice.
Thank you, sir.
I don't know if you heard the end of that. After that rant, this lunatic from Sri Lanka said, God bless. Now, he said a number of times, and the witness came over. The gentleman said, look, tone it down there. It was just he may have been part of the protest. I don't know the gentleman. He may be supporting Palestine. I've got no idea. But wipe the effing Jews out was repeated time and time again. So the copper comes over after the gentleman very plainly and simply said, please restrict your language. Stop. The copper moves him on. The copper moves him on. And then the other lunatic's allowed to go on for a while. Then the copper says, look, you've got the right to say what you like. No, he doesn't, mate. No, he doesn't. He hasn't got the right to say, wipe the effing Jews out. He hasn't got the right to say that. He should have been put in handcuffs and taken away. But that's the problem. Tony Cooke, the Assistant Commissioner, comes out and said, oh, well, it's very... And it was. I heard a lady speak to Ben this morning passionately about it, saying we're not there to cause any problems. Well, there were people walking past this lunatic, and I'll put the video up on, you can have a look at it, supporting him. Now, he's a Sri Lankan of the Muslim faith, I think, from what he just said. Now, you may have also noticed he said to the officer, who took no action, just, oh, you can say what you like, he said, the officer. I mean, and he waited until the rant finished to interrupt him, the officer. His lunatic son looked like he was filming it. So then he moves on. He says he's Sri Lankan. He fixes planes at Richmond Air Force Base. And he kept saying to the copper, we work in defence, we work in defence. Now, then the copper says, oh, have you got the right to say what you've said, but stop using bad language. Obviously, the copper heard what he said, including wipe the effing Jews out. But he takes no action because probably the Assistant Commissioner said, look, it'd be better if we don't arrest anyone today because it could cause a bit of drama. So if this lunatic does fix planes at Richmond Air Force Base, I think there needs to be a rethink by the Air Force about having this bloke anywhere near aircraft at Richmond Air Force Base. He might be a cleaner for all I know, might clean the planes. But he shouldn't be anywhere near our Defence Force, given that level of vitriol and lunacy. I mean, I'm not Jewish, but you can't say those things. You can't say it. And yet people keep getting away with it. And the coppers stand idly by. I'm not talking about the bloke being sent to jail or anything, but just get him out of the place so that the people who were there, and in the main peacefully protesting and making their point, are left to their own devices, and then there's no interference from the police.